I told myself I didn't need this wall hanging for my kitchen, but the more I think about the textures and the colors, I made a mistake leaving it in the thrift store. It was plaster, it was heavy, it was dirt cheap, and I was using more self control than I should have. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and I have cobbled this video together from several different thrift stores on a couple of different shopping expeditions to show you just the good stuff because I am finally finding good stuff again, and I couldn't be happier about it. Look at all of these vintage handkerchiefs. They were 10 packs for $10. Someone is going to make something gorgeous out of those. I'm told that mom has lots already from grandma and great grandma and great aunts, so I don't need to buy more, right? Old handcrafted kitchen stuff just always makes me swoon a tiny bit, even if I have no intention of buying it for myself. I love seeing it. I love the aura that it has about it. I'm a little bit ridiculous, aren't I? But that's okay. I was hoping with all of this vintage and all of this embroidery that there might have been some supplies back in the craft section because this really felt like an estate had been donated, but no such luck. I always want to rescue the pie plates. I don't bake pies. Maybe if I baked more pies, I could buy more pie plates. Lots of grape milk glass on this trip. That's a piece I haven't seen before, and I had to firmly remind myself that Grandma collected candy dishes with lids. I have her collection. I don't need to add to it. That is so pretty, but was also so high over my head I wasn't going to grab it. For my entire childhood, we had a vintage McCoy wishing well planter in the kitchen, and I had an irrational hatred for that thing. Everything I didn't like about that, I love about this wishing well. Somebody made that. It is clunky and awkward and wonderful, and I wish I would have bought it and brought it home to keep in my own kitchen. I even have my own McCoy planter these days because my boys found one at an estate sale. The camera is not going to capture how sparkly and glittery this landscape was. I would love to know who made it and what their thought process was. It looks like the front of a Christmas card. I love old wooden cradles. I have one in my sewing room. This one is cooler than mine, but my own babies did not sleep in this one, so I feel loyal to mine. This kit had a baby doll face that turns in different directions for different expressions. The only reason I didn't buy it was because the fabric is such an awful shade of pink. I could have traced it onto better fabric. I could have used the pattern to do my own thing. What was I thinking when I walked away from this? It was dirt cheap, and I think I meant to circle back to it, but then I got distracted by other things and forgot, and there's got to be a pattern out there somewhere for something similar. The same technique, at least. Someone shares my taste in Norman Rockwell plates. I am still being good at not buying Norman Rockwell plates. This picture puzzles me. First of all, because it's not Tupperware, because that just screams to me I should be Tupperware. It's like a Sears catalog on a Kool-Aid pitcher, and even if it was in beautiful shape, I feel like I should love this because it is totally my kind of thing, but I also really, really don't like it. I showed these dolls in a short a while back. They are perfection. If you wanted a bride and groom dressed in worsted weight acrylic, the time and craftsmanship that has to have gone into these two just blow my mind. She had bloomers and ruffles, and he has his little bow tie and vest and the shirt under the vest, and everything about these makes me appreciate whoever it was that crocheted it. And judging by the dolls, this has to be vintage. and look how perfect they still are. I want to know their story. I want to know what was behind them. Guessing these other two dolls have to have come from the same house. My great grandma did dolls like this, but hers, she used fine crochet thread. These are, I think those are still worsted weight acrylic. I had asked about these food warmers a while back and someone told me what they were. This is the first time I've seen one in a box, so the first time I've seen a picture of one in action. Words and video cannot capture how icky this deviled egg plate was. Someone had Mod Podged a piece of flowered fabric to the back side of it. It was just gross. I don't understand why it's a thing. And I also want to know if this plate with its pheasant and its flowers was a commercial pattern or if that is something that someone made themselves, because I don't know. I find it jarring in the best possible way. I now want a set of Christmas glasses with a village on them. I never would have expected to want that. If you don't, if you find artwork like this, don't touch it. I was trying to remember what I knew about these, and they're kits. They're made from crushed glass. If you touch them, you will get an owie on your fingertips, and I found that out the hard way. Again, I would love to see the house that these were once hung in because I'm sure they had a lot of other stuff that I would also adore. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. Let's hope the thrifting stays good in 2023.